Hello. Up for bids today are two U.S. Army Signal Corps field telephones TA-312 PT. These phones I picked up at an estate sale, and they appear to be in brand new, unissued condition. What you will receive in your winning bid are two brand new, unissued U.S. Army Signal Field Corps TA-312 PT field telephones. They are, from what I can see, have not been used. The cases are like in brand new condition. They both are zipper cases, and they are brand new. They have not been used, and the same goes for the phones. I cannot see that they've been used. There are no scratches. Turning them over, the bottoms of the phones are like perfect. I don't think these ever have been out in the field. Both phones are in very good shape. And what you also get with the phones is the operations manual and guide that shows you how to set the phones up, how to test the phones, and the operations of the units. You also get 100 foot of field wire for connecting your phones. Also, there are new batteries for them. They operate on flashlight D-cell batteries. You can pick them up anywhere. Very common battery. The phones are very easy to operate, as I'll demonstrate. Opening up the phone, taking it off the receiver, you'll see a battery compartment where the batteries go. These batteries are necessary for the actual communications. The phones can operate for a distance of up to 22 miles apart from each other. The phones can also run without batteries, what they call voice power only, for about 4 miles. Voice power means you can operate the phones with the batteries removed, and you'd use the receiver section of the phone as a transmitter and a receiver when they are operational. Looking inside the battery compartment is very clear, as if it had never been used, which I believe is the case. These phones have not been used. They're brand new. And the same thing with the other phone. You gotta open it up. The battery compartment is like perfect. There's nothing inside the phone. It just had been in storage. That's the only thing I can see on these phones. They both are in new condition. Okay, so going about to test the phones and make sure that they're operational, you would put the batteries in to the battery compartment, the positive terminal up on one side and the negative on the other side. It doesn't matter which side is up, as long as one side has one up and one down. And you just close this compartment like so. Wow, these phones are definitely brand new because the gasket was so tight I couldn't even get the batteries in correctly without having to push really hard to get the door to close. So definitely these are new phones because the seal is brand new. And the same for the other phone. You have to close that. And they're both now in operational condition. To test the phones, you want to make sure the internal switch on the 312 series is in the internal mode. If it's an external, then that's when you use this accessory cap for a remote receiver or connection to an Army field radio. That's what that is for. It's a connection there. So you have these both on internal, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that the 3-position switch is in the middle. You have to have that in the middle position for these to operate correctly when you're talking to each other. By the way, one phone is manufactured by the Radio Engineering Products, and those are the manufacturer's serial number on the plate, operations plate of the phone. To test the phones, to key them up to make sure they're operational, you do something called a side tone test. What that means is that when you press on the push to talk button, you should be able to talk into the phone and hear your own voice. This one is pretty easy. You just press in there, test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, test. You can hear my voice in the receiver. That's a self-test to make sure the phone is fully operational. The same with the other phone. Test, test, 1, 2, 1, 2, test, test. Both phones are operational and in perfect running condition. Like I said again, these are brand new phones, never issued. I'm going to go ahead and connect the wire to the phone. It's, and again, a very simple thing. You have 100 feet of field phone wire that comes with the phones, and I'm going to connect the red and black to the top connector, which is capped with a red cover, and then the green and yellow again to the black connector. Okay, both phones are connected now. The red and black to the red terminal and the green and yellow to the black terminal. Same for the other phone. Now, for the phones to communicate with each other, the other party doesn't know you're going to try to call them until you ring them up. Again, this is an analog type system. These phones are hardened. What I mean by hardened is that when they were designed for the U.S. Army, the Signal Corps had made sure that they could take a nuclear strike without any type of interference of operations of the phone. The components that are found within the phone are very simple. In fact, there are not even any transistors in the phones. It's all an amplifier circuit and some diodes, some resistors. Again, these are very operationally simple, and as far as environmentally, they can handle and take a lot of shock from different types of situations. So when you want to call the other phone, on the side of each phone is a little crank, which is an actual generator. It generates a voltage signal to a buzzer on the opposite phone. And the same thing with the phone that I'm showing you right now. It has the same operations as on that phone. So when you want to ring up the other phone to want to talk to them, you would pull out this handle here and you crank it up and you hear a clicker on the other phone. That's ringing up the other phone, making sure that they can hear you, that you're trying to communicate. And the same thing when the other party wants to talk to you, okay, they're going to ring up their generator and it's going to ring the sound on the other phone. Again, this is a very simple operation, and again, these phones are hardened and they can really take a licking. Again, to communicate with the phone, you would pick up one phone and the other party would pick up their phone, and you press to talk. There's a little side switch, you press that down and you talk to the other party and they're going to hear you, and once they are done with your side of the conversation, they do the same thing to talk back to you. They're going to push the talk button and talk back to you, and you're going to hear them. Again, it's a very simple phone, and that these are hardened phones, and they can take a lot of punishment out in the field. I thank you for viewing my video. Again, like I said, these phones I picked up at an estate sale. It looks like whoever had them before me had not used them. They were actually taken out of inventory and never taken into the field. Again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.